Well, we picked a nice day for the demonstration, Mike.
Good.
I'd like you to meet my dad, Bruce.
Bruce, how are you today?
Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Thank you for helping us with this. I know over the years you've just taken thousands of photographs for the National Geographic, so I imagine you have a pretty quick eye. You think your reaction time is up to speed?
Well, I can try.
Okay.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to have you drop this orange into your hand, and my father's going to try and photograph it just as you're catching it, when it's about half an inch above your hand.
Okay.
Why don't you drop it right there, Mike, and I'll capture it. Okay, I'll try to capture it.
Does shutter speed have anything to do with this?
Well, we're going to be shooting at 1,000th of a second, and that will be no problem to stop the orange falling through the air. But the problem is going to be capturing it just the moment before it hits your hand.
Okay.
All right, now go ahead and drop it, and I'll try to capture this.
All right, on three.
On three, go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
No, there's no way. I missed it that time. Let's try it again.
Okay.
I'm going to try to watch it coming down with one eye. Go ahead and drop.
Okay.
Okay, even by watching it, I may have captured a little bit earlier, but I don't know if it was exactly on time. There are too many variables involved.
So what's the answer here? How do we get this shot?
That's why we've developed this device to capture the photograph at the precise instant.
That's the Dale beam.
Yeah, high-speed photography is what it's all about.
Bruce, I'll let you get back to your shooting, and we're going to go in and take a look at the Dale beam, okay?
Good, nice meeting, Mike.
Greg?
See you guys later.
Okay.
Today we're going to use the Dale beam, Mike, to try and photograph a cherry impacting with a glass of water. Now, the way we're going to do that is I'm going to put this Dale beam on this tripod here, and we're going to turn it on into the light mode.
In the light mode as opposed to?
As opposed to the sound mode. Now, it has an internal microphone which will trip a camera when a certain sound goes off, or it can trip the camera when something goes through the light beam.
And that's what we're using right now.
And that's what we're going to do today.
Okay.
And the Dale beam emits an invisible beam from this aperture here.
What is it, infrared?
Infrared light, exactly. You can't see it. And it travels over to this reflector, which returns the beam path.
Okay.
Now, if you'll fill that glass of water for me.
All right.
Later, I'm going to have you drop a cherry through this marker here. And it will travel through the beam and keep traveling, and it will impact with the water, and the photograph will be taken.
What's the reason for it? It'll break the beam right about here, but the photograph won't be taken until right then.
Exactly. There's about 5 inches of travel there, and that is due to the fact that motor drive cameras take about 1/30th of a second to respond.
Okay.
Okay, Mike. If you allow me to line the Dale beam up now.
Okay, and I'll get ready to drop the cherry.
It's a relatively simple task. I just align the tripper towards the reflector, and it looks like it's aligned. Now if you give us a test by waving your hand through the beam. Good.
I hear a sound there. What's that tone for?
Yeah, the beeper indicates that the beam is operating correctly, and if the camera was plugged in, it would have tripped the camera. Now we'll hook up the camera, and this is a standard remote sync cord for motor drive cameras, and it plugs into the back of the tripper here. And if I'll come over here, motor drive cameras all have a standard remote jack.
Which is just the other end of this cord.
Cord.
Okay.
And the strobes, of course, are synced to the camera.
All right, you've mentioned your strobes. Let's talk a bit about lighting. What do you have here?
Okay, we've got 3 autothyristor strobes, 2 backlighting a subject and 1 in front. And when the cherry falls through the beam, the Dale beam will activate the motor drive. The motor drive will activate itself. As the cherry falls, the shutter will be open all the way, and the strobes will go off, and we'll have a photograph.
It sounds simple, but I tell you, you've gone to a lot of work. Let's see what we can produce.
Okay. If you'll take one of these cherries.
I'll pick a nice one that's
the whole system is set up, and everything is on, and it's on automatic. Now, if you drop that cherry through the beam,
straight down, I guess.
Get a photograph.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Perfect.
Let me go under the beam, and I'll fish it out.
Give it another try.
Dry it off a little bit. Would drops of water fire the camera?
Yes, they would if we're not careful. So dry that off. It's,
all right.
If you play with the sensitivity on the back of this little booger, you can pick up a human hair going through the beam.
Here we go. One more.
Perfect.
Well, how'd we do? We don't have to wait long to find out, because Greg had the camera loaded with the new Polachrome instant slide film, which can be processed in 60 seconds.
You take the chemical pack, and it snaps right into the machine like this, and this leader comes over and snaps onto this little hook.
So basically, you're just feeding a ribbon of chemicals through the machine.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now we'll take the film,
and it goes in its separate holder here. Whoops.
There we are. It's just got to
There we
get
are.
seated a little bit.
And the film snaps onto the same 2 leaders, like so.
Good. So we've got the chemicals going underneath and then just the standard film going right through it like that.
Exactly. This folds down. You close the box, and we're going to take this lever and push it down. That's going to open the chemical pack.
Okay.
And then we'll turn this, wait 60 seconds, and turn it again, and the processing will be done. So look at that. And there's the cherry impacting with the water.
The camera expands the photographer's ability to see. The Dale beam extends that vision to include a whole new world of split-second action-stopping images.